what you have been able to do, you and Dr. Ailes, have been able to mainstream conservative talk radio.
Why wouldn't John McCain come on his program during the last campaign? Why did he dodge us and not come on? If your thesis is that we're in business to help the GOP, he wouldn't come in.
But you're not in business to help John McCain. He is not GOP enough for you. You're in business to help Sarah Palin.
Dick Cheney.
And now
Dick Cheney is to you Mr. Republican. Wouldn't come on the program,
Not
Stewart.
Mr. Republican. Well, because Dick Cheney, again, this atmosphere, there's a lot of light, which he's obviously allergic to.
Come on.
There's an opportunity to, like, brush past the
I just gave you two examples that you can't refute with your propaganda.
But that doesn't mean anything.
What do you mean? It's two concrete examples. John McCain running for president on the GOP side, Dick Cheney, Mr. GOP. Neither man would come in here because the questioning is too tough. So don't give me I'm a Republican shit.
They need you, like I say, you are the most reasonable, have become the most reasonable voice on Fox, which, quite frankly,
Greta is the most reasonable. Come on.
Well, but she's different. She's not as political. You are the most reasonable.
Is she not on the program, on the channel?
Kinda.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock to 11.
I mean, she's kinda on it.
Yeah,
she's not really. She's not the deal.
Right.
She's not the thing about. But no, let's go through this because I think this is important.
Go ahead.
You have become in some ways the voice of sanity here, which, as I said, is like being the thinnest kid.
Cavuto saying?
Which is like being the thinnest kid at fat camp. So let's just get that straight. Here's what Fox has done. Through their cyclonic, perpetual...
We're back to the cyclonic.
Their cyclonic perpetual emotion machine. That is a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week. They've taken reasonable concerns about this president and this economy and turned it into a full-fledged panic attack about the next coming of Chairman Mao. Explain to me why that is the narrative of your network.
It's the narrative of a couple of guys, a Republican, Sean Hannity, and a guy, Glenn Beck, who's basically every man.
And
he's
Fox
basically
what do you mean he's every man? What do you mean he's every man?
He's every man. He sits on a bar stool.
Every man's got a show? What are you talking about?
He's talented.
He's a very talented man.
Right.
Where's every man?
It means that he doesn't shill for any party. He just spouts. He spouts what he believes. Oh, if you think that Beck shills for the Republican Party, you're out of your mind. All right, there you go. Tomorrow we'll have more with Mr. Stewart. In a bizarre turn of events, I will vet him as a possible vice presidential candidate. Wait till you hear who's going to run for president. That's on Thursday's Factor. We come right back. Dennis Miller on Stewart. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly. In the Miller Time segment tonight, let's get right to the sage of Southern California. He's been listening intently to our chat with Jon Stewart. So, Miller, did you get anything out of that?
Well, listen, I think, you know, I'm in the, it's like the right stuff. I'm in the brotherhood of comics. I think the guy's a great comic. And I admire John immensely. He's a nice man. And I find his TV skills to be Garroway-esque, which is the highest compliment I can pay somebody. I think I agree with him about much in life and very little in politics. But what does that matter? The overlap in politics never seems a given to me. I find a lot of people I love, like, have various degrees of relationships in lives that my politics aren't akin to them at all. But I'm a big admirer. I think he's funny as hell, and I think he's one of the most compelling TV presences of the last 20 years.
Can you tell, as a viewer and a professional, you know, somebody who does a lot of satire, can you tell when somebody is performing to a crew, telling people what they want to hear rather than what they really believe, and tailoring a program? Because, you know, a lot of people do this. You're in radio now, and a lot of radio people do this. Like Air America, I mean, you know, they're not going to get out of the liberals are great, conservatives are idiot genre. They're just not going to do it. And on the right, you have some people like that. Can you tell whether it's phony or not?
Well, Bill, here's probably why I stand to straddle this cultural abyss in America. As ethical and as principled as I find you, and I don't agree with you on everything, but you know, when I talk to you, I sincerely believe you're one of the most principled men I've ever met. I feel the exact same thing about John. I get both of you. There are parts of both you I agree with, more with you than with John. But what am I to do? Start turning my back on people who don't sync up with me completely?
Oh, no.
That's not the real world.
That would be foolish to do that. I don't do that either.
I believe John believes it. I believe John believes every word he says to the extent that I believe you believe every word that you say.
And I agree. I think look, that those writers over there with Stewart are basically liberal guys, and they're coming at it from that sensibility, but when they see something absurd on the left, they'll go after him, and Obama's in trouble, and they have, as we pointed out,
Bill, the two state-of-the-art
tougher
shows on the two state-of-the-art shows for information and entertainment in America right now are your show and Jon's show. There's a reason. The guy helming it believes it.
Right. I mean, there's no phoniness about it. All right. Roll this clip, please. The other night on our program criticized Fox News for bailing out of the president's back and forth with the GOP. After we used an hour of it, all right, and bailed out for about 12 minutes because we had other stuff to do. And you were offended, personally offended. So
I wasn't offended. I thought it was funny.
No, you criticized us.
But I thought it was funny.
You mocked us for doing it.
I mocked you.
Yeah, that was the right decision. But, Stuart.
Oh, my God.
On election night...
You got like Ali's reach. You see the arms?
Oh, you had no idea,
It's like dealing with Dikembe Mutombo, trying to argue with... You're giving me one of these.
But,
no.
All right, so I can't even... I don't know what I'm doing out here, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, of course, you're in your element, so you're taking up space, you're leaning forward. Even when you use your hand movements, you use these very big open movements. Taking up space, that's power gesture. So the interesting thing about this is, though, he's brazen and confident. There's no increase in blink. He's always on, and he comes across as powerful.
So I didn't scare him?
No, you didn't scare him. As a matter of fact, even outside of his element, in a place that's somewhat controversial to him, he is completely holding his own and doing so very, very well.
But when he flinched back, didn't you?
Yeah, okay, so here's the interesting thing. Look, the flinch, right? And now he puts his hands, protective gesture, turns into a fighting gesture. Watch.
But it's a little,
isn't
that a little sissy fight?
No, watch the thumbs. Thumbs come up, thumbs come up.
What does that mean, the thumb comes up?
The thumbs, remember the thumbs
the thumb
power.
up is power.
And here's the fighter stance, but watch this next thing. He moves right back towards you because I am authoritative and I'm confident and I won't.
So he did very well, and I looked like a complete idiot.
No, you always have the power, but he held his own.
All right, Tanya Ryman, everybody.